When I think back to the $6 Million Man, I recall epic adventures that played out on ABC TV each Sunday evening, as well as the equally epic adventures that played out in my mind. Yep, those imaginary adventures that I envisioned while daydreaming during school or playing with friends afterwards, well, they were just the best. I've got to say that I love the $6 Million Man. It was such a great show, and a lot of the love and affection I have for that show was due to Lee Majors. He was phenomenal in the role of Colonel Steve Austin, a NASA astronaut severely injured during an experimental test flight. Anyone who was a fan of the show knows what happens next. He's rebuilt to the tune of $6 million, a new eye, a new arm, and both legs replaced. As much robot as man, he is a cyborg. In fact, that was the name of the novel that the TV show was based upon. And my favorite episodes were those that were a little more fantastical. Okay, a lot more fantastical. Bigfoot, hello Andre the Giant, aliens, fembots, and perhaps the most terrifying of all of the opponents faced, the seemingly indestructible Soviet-created death probe. This thing was made out of an alloy that was unknown to US military intelligence. It had giant claws, slashing blades, and deadly laser beams. It was, quite simply, a $6 Million Man killing machine. The only thing more horrifying was that freaky mustache that Lee Majors was rocking during much of the fourth season. Why? Oh, why, Lee? Why? Fortunately, by the time season 5 rolled around, the stash was gone. Okay, back to the death probe. As you can see from this picture, Steve had his hands full with this thing. In fact, there were times during this season 4 two-parter that I really questioned how the $6 Million Man could emerge victorious. And in the end, it would take everything that he had, along with the assistance from both the US and Soviet governments. Side note here, I really enjoyed the two actors who played Russian Major Popov and the probe's creator and scientist Irina Leonova. Nehemia, I think I'm saying that, probably Nehemiah, Persoff, and especially Jane Merrill, reprising a character from season 1 of the show. They're really good character actors. So I mentioned my many imaginary adventures. A lot of that had to do with the really cool toys that were out there. Before Star Wars, it really felt like the $6 Million Man was the king of the toy aisle at Kmart. I could spend hours just wandering those aisles looking at all the cool things that were available. And yes, I wanted that Bionic repair station and the backpack radio. Now, did I get either of them? I did not. Another really cool toy was the Death Probe. It was actually one of the final toys produced by Kenner for the $6 Million Man toy line. I guess the powers that be decided that you couldn't sell a toy to kids called the Death Probe, so it got a new name, the Venus Space Probe. Slightly less menacing, and it looked slightly different, but make no mistake, this is Dr. Leonova's insidious creation. The Death Probe would return in a Season 5 two-parter, but this time it was a new version, and of course it was improved, even more deadly. Seriously, folks, I don't know how Steve managed to keep the world safe week after week when he was going up against things like the Death Probe. Of course, by this time, every once in a while he'd have the assistance of the lovely Jamie Summers, his bionic female counterpart, so that kind of helped. Alright, that's all I've got on the deadly, deadly Death Probe. Still, here's one last pick. Call it a teaser if you want, because at some point I'm going to tackle those deadly fembots. What a great name. Such a great name, in fact, that Mike Myers swiped it when creating his Austin Powers movie series. Okay, now it's your turn. Share your memories in the comments section, and if you like this video, I would truly appreciate a thumbs up, a share on Facebook or Twitter, and what the heck, why not consider subscribing to my channel? I talk about music, movies, and television, mostly from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. You know, the good stuff. But most importantly, and as always, thank you so much for watching.